Our next speaker, some of you may know, because Maddie Bell was at Procter & Gamble for 12 years. She only left about 15 months ago to launch a startup called SchedulerAI, and she's going to come out and talk to you about using AI for impossible growth, not just for productivity. Welcome, Maddie.
Hey everyone, it is amazing to be back. So I'm Maddie Bell, and today I'm going to be talking about using AI for impossible revenue growth, not just productivity gain. And so, as I mentioned, some of you might know me. I spent 12 years at P&G before making a very difficult decision to leave and become the co-founder and CEO of SchedulerAI. And I not only get to spend my days building patented AI that's set thousands of meetings and delivered millions in value to B2B revenue and recruiting teams, that's cool, but I also get to see people actually using this technology. So today we're going to do a little bit of myth busting. And I also run a business that relies on AI to grow. We have to operate as a much bigger business than we are. So that's the perspective that I get to bring to you guys today. But before I bring you that perspective, I'd like to start by addressing some of the problems that we're seeing. So if I said to you guys, all right, raise your hand if you would like to grow your business. Yes, I'm in the right room. Excellent. But if I asked you that question and said, raise your hand if you want to grow your business with AI, I would not get the same response, right? And here's why. Number one, we are not sure how we feel about this, if we are being honest. Some of you are like, AI, it's like a genie. You just make wishes and poof, things happen. Amazing. Other people are like, no, it's like a co-pilot. It's like a little helper robot. It just pops up and helps you do stuff. Other people are getting straight Terminator vibes. They are not into this. It is not exciting. And some people are like, all right, let's be honest here. Is this really going to change what I do? Is this really like any different than any other tool? These are real problems that everyone in this room is experiencing, and that is okay. Number two, unsure choices. When there was one product that everybody was talking about and excited about, it wasn't that bad. But now the AI category is kind of starting to look like the hair care shelf. And I can say that because I worked in hair care, shout out Head & Shoulders. But it's kind of like that, right? Like you have your hair, you know it's your hair. You have your regimen, you know you need stuff, but you don't actually know, what do I need for me and for my business? So we are unsure what we should be choosing. And then if we're being really honest, we have absolutely no idea how this is going to play out, right? Have any of you guys seen that Disney movie Fantasia where Mickey Mouse is like, I'm going to use some magic, I'm going to get the broom to clean up for me. And it starts out great. But by the end, there's like 100 brooms running around. It's complete chaos. 0 people are happy. Guys, these problems are real. And every single person has probably experienced them. So I want to talk about some principles on how we can start to think our way through some of those problems. Number one, your expectations must change. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, he has a group chat with all his tech buddies, and they have a bet on when the next billion-dollar company is going to be founded by one person. Spoiler alert, that's not me. I've already hired more than that. But it is important to realize that we are not just talking about some productivity wins here. We are talking about some massive revenue gains that are coming. So we are going to change our expectations. We're going to go through our process on change. But the fundamentals of how businesses grow have changed very little. And that is because humans have not changed, y'all. We are irrational. We are emotional. We have habits. We don't like changing how we do things. Consumers have not changed. Third principle. There are a lot of critical micro tasks that do have a macro impact at scale. Many of them you do on autopilot. So I get a lot of people saying, you know what we're going to do? We're going to automate low-value tasks with AI. Guys, we don't want to automate low-value tasks. We want to eliminate them. Similarly, I hear people saying, oh, well, I want to get my 3 biggest problems and figure out how AI can solve that. You probably want humans on those things. Fair? But there are critical micro tasks that have a macro impact at scale, not just on productivity, but on revenue. All right, so let's give everybody a takeaway, a framework, and this is one that I actually learned in my first few days at P&G. I wanted to get something done, and I was told, you can have things done well or good. You can have things done cheap, or you can have things done fast. Pick 2, right? Because if it was good and cheap, it was slow. If it was cheap and fast, it's low quality. And if it's fast and good, it's expensive. And the middle? Not possible. Until now. That is what we are looking for when it comes to using and applying AI in our business. We are looking for tools that are faster. We are looking for tools that are better. We are looking for tools that are cheaper, and if those tools do not deliver that, do not pass go, do not collect $200. But we have to wrap those tools in controls that include our winning process, our new expectations, our great fundamentals, and the ability to predictably manage and control these tools. Okay, so we have a framework. Now let's talk through some basic examples, right? I'm going to take it super basic here. Number 1, fundamental. The consumer is boss. Give the consumer a seat at the table. Before, businesses are going to be setting up research. They're going to be meeting with consumers. They're going to be recording, transcribing, summarizing. They're going to have team review A, B, C, and D to figure out all of the insights. And this is all still important. But now, we can have 2-way, fully autonomous consumer research where our AI is actually having conversations and going deep with customers about what they think about what you're looking at. And let's say you have all of that data broken down by who segment, and you're in the meeting and the decision is being made. You can ask the consumer in the meeting. Now, you may not go with what they think. We're going to use discernment, but they're there. Number 2, category growth with customers. We cannot grow if we do not grow our categories and work with our customers. There are some in the room today. So what are we going to do? We're going to craft our initiatives. We're going to send them to customer teams. We're going to get nuanced feedback. We're going to iterate. We're going to repeat. But let's say you're working on something and you want to get a better understanding of how your buyer or merchant might think about that thing that you're working on. I don't know, let's say you're working with Walmart and they care about this thing called percent beats. Maybe you can start to say, hey, this is what I'm working on. How would a Walmart buyer potentially think about this? How should this impact what I'm thinking about when it comes to developing my merchandising plan? Again, this does not replace your judgment, but it allows you to bring new perspective to what you are trying to do much, much faster. The next one. We've talked consumer, we've talked customer. Let's talk competition. There's always someone at the other desk, right? They're working on the same problem as you are and trying to figure out where the competitive advantage is. So one great way to figure out what our consumers are doing is to go online and to download a 121-page competitive report and read it. Or you can go in, you can download Colgate's, and you can say, this is what I'm working on. How might my customer that cares about these things respond? Are they doing something similar? Where would this fall in their priorities? Same principles, new expectations. And obviously, we have the company. Think about how much time we spend, right? You make one copy error in artwork, there's numbers, I know, attached to that. And how much time do we spend closer to where I live coordinating meetings, managing project timelines, recording agreements, managing follow-ups to get meaningful work done? These things matter. Now, we have the artwork copy doc, and we say, find errors. Just look, please, God, let there not be errors. Oh, look, I said no harsh chemical. Should be no harsh chemicals. It's $3,000 in artwork that we just got back. And now, yes, you can record your meetings, but what if the AI cannot just record the meeting, but capture the alignment? Create an email that helps you on the key next steps. Actually grab 3 times from your team's calendar, present them to the agency so that you can meet in 2 weeks and move the project forward. All while you are showing up to those meetings and making meaningful, strategic business decisions and discussions. And don't worry if they need to reschedule the meeting, it'll handle that too. But wait. I'm saying all this stuff, and I promised I'd be honest with you all. You probably have another problem. This still feels complex. It still feels like I have a lot of things to go figure out. And that's why I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what is coming next. Because you haven't seen everything yet. We are actively moving from a stage of what is called integrative AI, right, where this AI comes and lives in the platforms that you use, to agentive AI. And here's what that means. What it means is that we will continue moving from a world of point and click to describe and done. We will continue to evolve from co-pilots that we work with 50-50 to sidekick autopilots that actually do something while you are doing something else. We will evolve from giving commands to setting very real criteria with AI that not only gives us assistance, but actually is tasked with delivering outcomes for us. And that is why buying or using a technical tool is going to continue to feel more like hiring a person, a part of the team, that contributes in its own way to amplify the human intelligence at play. Of course, it's got to play its role. And that's what I do. That's what we are doing. We build fully autonomous AI scheduling agents that people name, that they give criteria to, and that engage people into conversations, ask them questions to qualify their intent, route them to the right person in the company, book them into meetings, reschedule them instantly, record the actual meetings, and manage the follow-ups, all while making themselves smarter the entire time. So that's what I'm doing. But what can you do? I want to leave you guys with 5 things to consider. Number 1, be ready to manage the new team. Congratulations, you all got a direct report. This is amazing. It's already there, you have one. So you need to start thinking about how good managers, they maximize their teams. Who has what role and how do we get the most out of this? Number 2, be selectively curious. This is not about knowing how LLMs work. This is not about figuring out how people train model or use it. You don't need to do that. You need to know what your business needs, and you need to move to number 3, ask for answers. It wasn't until I left P&G that I realized just how many resources you guys have access to. So yeah, if you're like, hey, what does this do? Hey, what is it? Of course you're frustrated. Don't waste the time. Go ask an expert. Say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. How can I reframe my expectation to get it done? If you need to ask someone, ask me. I put a QR code up there. I'm going to regret that. And then we want to manage this tech risk like we manage people risk. Yes, there are risks to this. Just like there are risks to managing people, right? It is human to make mistakes. But there are already processes that you have inside this organization on how we manage new people to our company. And then the last one, stay accountable. I don't know how many times people have said, well, what if AI does all the work for them and they show up to a meeting and they don't know the answer? Guys, you already have tools. You know what happens. You don't get to show up to a meeting and know the answer but not know why the answer is the way it is. And that's because we hold each other accountable. And when you hold people accountable for how they got the answer and the tools they use, they take responsibility, they create solutions, and they get disproportionate impact. And their team operates at another level. So, in my last moment, I'd love to ask you, what's your impossible thing? Thank you, guys.